Well, guys, back in September, I went to the Tobacco Valley Flywheelers show. They got a really nice flea market. I just happened to be walking down the last row of the flea market, and right when I got about 3 spots from the end, a guy came in with a car, and he was pulling a little trailer, like a little Harbor Freight folding trailer, and he had 4 engines in it, 4 hit and miss engines, and they were cheap, like wicked cheap. I didn't have my pickup truck with me. I only had my passenger car. And I ended up buying a Fairbanks Morse salt block engine. It's a little tiny guy. It was only 120 bucks. It looked really nice. I felt bad. The gentleman that sold it was an older guy, and I could feel like he got too old to play with his engines and he had to sell them. And I could tell he was heartbroken, but he wanted him to go to like good homes, you know what I mean? So I got the engine. I didn't get any footage of buying it or anything. My buddy Matt just happened to be there, and he helped me pick it up and put it in my trunk. And it was in my trunk of my car for a month while I was driving around with it. And then I finally unloaded it and worked on it, which you'll see here. The engine's complete except for it's missing the starting crank. That's the only problem. Hope you enjoy. I'm trying to get this salt block out of the trunk. It's been in my car for over a month. Today's October 21st, and I got it on September 16th. And I can't get it out by myself. It's too heavy. Let's check it out. So I came up with this idea of putting my trailer right next to my trunk. And I can just pull it from the trunk into the trailer. And then when it's in the trailer, I can put it on a little dolly and just roll it out the back of the trailer. Oh, it's starting to rain. Let's check it out. It started, right? It's going, right? All right, let's see if we can do this without killing ourselves. So far, so good. Oh, dude, it worked. That's awesome. Let's see. I'll pivot it around like this. Oh, nice. All right, it's out. Oh, there's a little bit of water in the bottom of the block. Yeah, this thing is sweet, huh? Sweet. I don't know how you check the oil, or I don't think there's any oil in it. That sucker's empty. I mean, I'm on a little hill here also, but there's not, oh, there's one little black drop on the bottom. Huh, interesting. All right, we've got it out. Got it on a brand new little dolly. It's like a Harbor Freight dolly, but it's from Home Depot. They call it an anvil. The thing is so tough, it's like an anvil. And it can hold this salt block, which is pretty heavy. Cool. Well, here's what we're gonna do. It didn't come with a crank handle. I wanna use a rope because I don't like cranks. I'm just gonna file a little notch on the side of the pulley here that will allow us to wrap a rope around it. Now, the engine turns backwards, so you have to be smart about how we file this notch in here. So our rope has to go kind of like on top of the pulley. So I'm going to put the notch at a back angle like this. And I tried to line up the compression marks here so that we're past like compression stroke, which is right here. So I want to start pulling like, say, right here. So I'm just going to make a little bit of a notch going back 45 degrees like so with this round file. I made a little notch, just enough to get the rope in. And I already pulled it once off camera, but I don't have any spark on the spark tester there, so we'll try it again. It's hard to pull this thing, and you can never start an engine on these dollies because it will just run off of it. Let's see. Yeah, it's got nothing, no spark. Should we pull the points cover and clean the points?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. All right, you can start. Well, we have a Fairbanks Morse mag on here, just like a Gravely, I guess you'd say. But this one has this weird, well, that's just, I guess you push that in to kill it, I would imagine. But let's take off the points cover here and see what we got going on behind it. All right, so we got the points cover off, and right away I noticed that the points are open a lot. Let's see if, oh, they close, yep. Don't really look dirty. Well, let's just clean them up a little bit and see if it changes our spark condition here. All right, let's see if we can clean these points here. I got my points file in there. They don't look dirty to me. They actually look really nice to me, to be honest with you. Point it right down to the spark tester. Got it right down on there. All right, let's see what happens this time. Zilch, not enough. Oh, that's funny, huh? All right. So this is a Fairbanks Morse Type FM mag, and here's one that's off of Gravely that's also a Fairbanks Morse FM mag, which they have some slight differences. Like this one here mounts with a flange on the bottom. You know what? That's probably bolted on. It's a different kind of metal I see over here. So the mag must be bolted onto that flange. But they're the same mags. They have all the same internals. The one with the no cap from the Gravely here, I think is a little newer because it has a newer looking coil in the other one. Also has a newer looking condenser. But, you know, they are the same thing. So theoretically, I should be able to swap parts between the two mags, which is kind of neat. The points on this one open in a different manner than the other one, looks like. Let's take this cap back off. Ever so different in there. They both have the same condenser, and the condenser mounts on the same spot. But the way the points are oriented is a little bit different. And I'm not sure why that is, to be honest with you. The one on the mag on the right is a lot beefier looking points than the one on the left here. And much beefier in here. The other points hinge up here instead of down here. I think there's a bracket that goes under this whole assembly that maybe you just swap out, you know. That's interesting though. But I think the coils would be the same and the condenser should be the same. This coil on here is really old looking, obviously. This is a little newer, and both of these Fairbanks have that red, like plastic coated coil instead of this old school coated coil. I'm gonna clean up the points a little bit more on here. We're gonna try to see if we get spark one more time. I'm not sure about this over here, how this shut off works. I think it's spring loaded and it only kills it when you push it in. You know, so if it's out, it should not be killing the points. That's my thought anyways, but I'm not really sure how it actually works. So I could have a mag that's fine and the kill switch is killing it. The Gravely's don't have a push button kill switch like that, so that's a little bit different. Interesting. I'm gonna try this 320 grit sandpaper in here and clean them up a little bit more. Well, it started raining, so the salt box will have to be continued another day. All right, we'll have to get back to this project this spring or this summer. We won't have time here in the winter to work on it, but I think once we get some spark in the magneto, it will run and it'll be mint. Hopefully by the time I get to work on it again, I can find a starting handle also. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed.